Hi everyone, I'm Megan and I'm your book lady for tonight. I'm so sorry to be coming to you with a pre-recorded live, but we've had some bad news in our family and I just needed to do this now so that I can take care of family issues and be there for my family as well as for you guys in the kind of capacity that I am able. So that being said, I wanted to thank Kim for inviting all of us here to party with her tonight and thank all of you for coming. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your evening to come and check out these books and support your friend Kim and grab some activities and new reading materials for your kids to get them through the summer. I'm going to go ahead and show you through some of my favorite books, starting with newborn babies all the way up through chapter books. Now, I don't have a lot of chapter books for the older kids on hand as my kids are still young, but there are plenty of chapter books for kids ages 4 all the way up to young adult. So if that is something that you are interested in having, then please do let me know, and I will get you a list of books that will be perfect for you and your children. Okay, so I'm going to start out. This is one of our brand new releases. It is called Tummy Time Farmyard. So I'm just gonna. It's a sweet little book. Comes like this. It's got a mirror on the back, and it folds out. So you can set it up. There's a sweet little story about a puppy in here who goes about his day, you know, kind of winking and wagging his eyes and tails at all the different farmyard animals. And then at the end of the night, he gets sleepy. You can practice looking at and naming the animals here. And you can practice your counting: 1 pail, 2 hay bales, 3 mice, and so on and so forth. And then on the other side, you've got Flaps. There's Dottie. There is a goose, and oh, there's a chicken. You've got some more flaps down here, but what's neat about this is there is Velcro or hook and eye closures here. So you just kind of snap this on, and it becomes a triangle. So you can sit it like this, which will allow for your little babe to lift their head and try to peek at the book, or you can turn it this way and they can play with the flaps as they get a little bit stronger. You can also fold it the other way and get it to stand up like this too. But it's just such a cute little new concept, great for kids doing tummy time to strengthen their neck muscles and keep them entertained. And on that note, I also have 1, 2, 3 counting. This book is perfect for kids that are, I think everything is showing backwards. I really hope it's not, but I think it is. I'm sorry. It's perfect for kids that are doing tummy time also because it stands on its end, and so the black and white pictures are easy on their eyes, but the little color entices them to lift their head. And then this book will grow with your child as well, because not only do you get to do the counting on the pages, and it goes all the way up to the number 10, but you get to also talk about the colors you see, the shapes, and name the animals and objects and everything in between. So it's a great book that will grow with your child, and you'll use this book for years to come. Next, I wanted to show you our brand new release from our That's Not My series. Our That's Not My series is our #1 best-selling series that we own, and it's our Touchy-Feely series. So now we have That's Not My Narwhal. Look how cute he is. Ignore the letters if they're backwards. I'll read them to you. But we have That's Not My Narwhal. So his tummy's too squashy. That's Not My Narwhal. His flippers are too smooth. So you've got all kinds of different textures. Touchy-feely, big touchy-feely spaces that are really, really great for kids to learn and explore. And this, it's hard to, there, you can see it's got shiny eyes. Super great. There's fuzzy patches here. Super great book for kids. And there is a That's Not My book for pretty much any interest. We have tractors, dolls, dragons, monsters, cats, dogs, ponies, everything. So that's the newest in our That's Not My series. Next, I have Baby's First Slide and See Farm. Again, ignore the backwards letters. This helps work on their dexterity, sliding back and forth, but also helps them with work on the concept of object permanence. So here you see a puppy, but where does it go when I cover it up? Is it still there? Well, of course it is. So you get to kind of play peekaboo with the pieces and teach your kid about object permanence, that just because it gets covered up doesn't mean it's gone. It's still there. It's just behind the door. So that is Slide and See, Baby's very first Slide and See farm. I particularly love the zoo, Slide and See Zoo. So check that one out. It's pretty cool. The next one is Are You There, Little Fox? This one has little finger trails that you can work through, as well as lots of bright colors. And see, here's more finger trails, and the trees have texture in them. I don't know if you can tell. Yeah. So there's little leaves that are cut out. So you go through the book and you play peekaboo. I can see your snuffly nose, Fox. Oh, it's not you, it's Ladybug. So you kind of go through and look, they think that's Fox's tail, but it's actually Squirrel's tail. You go through the book and you try to find Fox until at the very end you find him sleeping with his mama. It's really sweet. We have fox, rabbit, elephant, dog, owl, reindeer, and now bat for Halloween. Bat isn't out yet. It will come out this October. Brand new release, Lift the Flap, Play Hide and Seek with Zebra. We also have Frog and Tiger available, but I got Zebra. Again, just look at the pictures, not the text right now. So let's play hide and seek. Lion, where are you? Here I am. It's got a little flap. It's the very, very first kind of Lift the Flap book. My turn now. Crocodile, where are you? It's fun, full of brilliant colors and sweet, whimsy little characters. Flaps that open in all kinds of different directions until you get to the end. And you have double flaps. Yay! And then you see all the characters. It's such a sweet book, lots of fun colors and characters, and you can talk about all the things. Like on this page, you can say, find me a frog. You can point to the frog. And find me a pink butterfly, and they can point to the butterfly. So lots of ways that you can use this book. Next, I have one that is actually out of stock, this particular title, but its brothers and sisters are in stock, and you will love them equally. I don't have those copies, but I want to show you this book. Don't Tickle the Hippo. This has an on and off switch in the back because it was designed by a parent, obviously. We have Don't Tickle the Lion, Don't Tickle the Dinosaur, and coming soon is Don't Tickle the Bear. It's going to be so cool. So we have Don't Tickle the Hippo. You might make it snort. Don't Tickle the Parrot. You might make it squawk. So you get to go through and make the animals make their different sounds until you get to the very end and it says, oh no, now look what you've done. The froggy says, shh. Get to have a dance party. We love this book in my home. Don't Tickle the Lion and Don't Tickle the Dinosaur are both in stock. So if this book excites you, then order one of those titles right now, and this book will be back out later this summer. But for right now, the Hippo book is out of stock. However, Lion and Dinosaur are in stock, so go ahead and order one of those, and you will love it just the same. Next we have two books, brand new releases, part of a series of 4 or 5 books, but we have Worry and Different. These are great books to kind of help kids work through some of those more complicated feelings. So someone was hiding near the lagoon. It was a flamingo called Flo. Flo never joined in. She felt like she was too different. My beak is too big, Flo thought. Beaks are amazing, said the other birds. My neck is too long, Flo thought. Long necks are wonderful, said George. So she goes through and lists out the things about herself that she's not very confident about. She thinks they're very different and that people won't like her. But her friends assure her that things that she doesn't like about herself are actually pretty great. and that she realizes she's happy being different. Worry is a similar concept. Peter the fish, the puffer fish, he worries about a lot of things, but he finds out that his friends can always help him feel better, and that sometimes he's not actually even alone in his worries. So, great, adorable, beautiful illustrations. Really, really great way to start those kiddos off on learning how to deal with those kinds of emotions. Next, we have a book called Time to Brush. This has 5 reusable stickers. If you're familiar with Usborne Books at all, you know that we have a best-selling title called All Better. It is a book about friends, these friends. This is actually a returning friend from All Better. This is Bear. She's in that one too. But they all get boo-boos, and you get to put Band-Aids, sticker Band-Aids on their boo-boos. This is a brand new release. Look how cute. I got toothbrushes on some of the pages here. Let me quick take them off so I can redo it. Adorable. You get to put their toothbrushes in here. So everyone needs to clean their teeth when it's time to brush. I'm going to grab the carrot one here. So many carrots. Rabbit is very hungry. He's going to eat them all for lunch. But after lunch, it's time to brush. Back and forth, up and down, all around. Clean, clean, clean. And then you put the toothbrush in his hand. So cute. And you can go to the next one. We'll do Bear next. Bear loves lots of honey. Now her tummy is full and she's all done with her snack. But after snack time, it's time to brush back and forth, up and down, clean, clean, clean. So it's a really cute book where you get to help all the friends learn how to brush their teeth. And at the end, they're all taking care of their personal hygiene. And this might be a really great book if you're struggling to get your little one to brush their teeth, because I know my 7- and 5-year-old don't want to do it. So they like that book too. Next, I wanted to show you one of our Lift the Flap nonfiction books. We actually have Peek Inside, Lift the Flap, Very First Questions and Answers, Look Inside, See Inside, Lift and Look. We have all kinds of books in this sort of a series, but this particular one is What Are Germs? How appropriate for right now. What are germs? Tiny living things. Germs are so tiny you can't see them unless you zoom in really close with a machine called a microscope. But what are germs? We are. Shows you inside those. And these. Germs and bacteria. Tells you about where germs live, so you can look in the toilet. Lots of germs in the toilet and on the playground, or on plants and animals. And how germs quickly multiply into many, many, many germs. You get them on hands, keep them out of your mouth. They're on animals, they're everywhere. So you see there's lots and lots of flaps. Kids love to lift the flaps and find out what's underneath them. And while they're doing that, they're learning about how to take proper care of their bodies so that they don't share germs, multiply germs, get germs inside their bodies to make them sick, and how to protect their home and their families from icky germs. Here is a new release. We have another one called, this is Family Heroes, Keeping Things Going. There's another one that was just released. It's called Family Heroes, Keeping Us Healthy, I think. And that one's in my other box of books that has not arrived yet. But it's about healthcare workers. This one is about the people that do the things that keep everything running. Things in the city, things, you know. Well, let's look inside and we'll show you. I'll show you what I mean. Keeping things going. My parents serve the public, make the world a better place, and when they can help others, they will in every case. There's lots and lots of diversity in this book. I love how all kinds of different people are shown on the pages of these books. My mommy's an officer. She works for the police. She leads patrols on horseback and helps to keep the peace. again, you can look back in the crowd and you will see people of all different colors and shapes and sizes. And it's just so wonderful that a child can pick up this book and see their culture or their color or their hairstyle. They can see that represented on these pages. And that is one of the reasons why I love the company I work for. We have so many diverse books with children and characters of all different backgrounds. We even have some books that have characters who have disabilities. There's a book called Boy, where the boy is deaf. We have a book called Jessica's Box, and the little girl is in a wheelchair. We have all different kinds of books, so I can help you with that too if you're looking for something in particular. But this goes through and it just shows all kinds of different ways that people, like a tow truck driver and somebody who works at like the American Red Cross or gives Salvation Army, gives away things to help people in need. So that's keeping things going. I've got 3 books left, and then I'm just going to talk to you like just a little bit, and then I'll let you get back to the party. Here is a collection that's one of our favorites. It's called Tales for Little Children. Inside this book, you can see it's a pretty thick book. Inside this book, we have Goldilocks and the Three Bears, Tom Thumb, the genie in the bottle, the Stonecutter, Jack and the Beanstalk, the Roly-Poly Rice Ball, which is our family's favorite, Dick Whittington, the King's Pudding, and the Tin Soldier. So some of these you may have heard of, but some of them you haven't. I'm going to turn to page 126 so you can see Roly-Poly Rice Ball, because it is my favorite. It is about a woodcutter who is very poor, and he doesn't have money to buy more food. All he has left is a small bowl of rice, and he wants to try to make it last. So he squishes it into a rice ball, and he wraps it up in a leaf, stuffs it in his bag, and goes off to work. As he's chopping work, his tummy rumbles, and he decides maybe it's time to eat, but he accidentally drops the rice ball, and it rolls down into a hole. So he goes in after it. And what he finds is a cave full of lights and mice in beautiful robes. And they sing a song. A roly-poly rice ball, a roly-poly treat. Roll away, here for us to eat. They're singing about my lunch, he says. So the mice ask him if he would like to share in their lunch, and he says, why, of course. And so because he is so kind and shares with them, they give him a golden spoon. The spoon is magical. He waves it in the air and is given a fresh, fragrant bowl of rice and money. So because he was generous and he shared his very last meal, he was given the magic spoon and never wanted for anything again. So a lesson in being generous, because you'll get back more than you put in. Here is, or that's Little Tales for Little Children. It's awesome. I also wanted to show you the Big Book of Big Animals. This is just one of our big books. We have Big Book of Big Machines, Tractors, Trains, Colors, Spanish Words, Planets, Bugs, pretty much anything you could think of. And what I love about this is the illustrations are super cool. My son loved to just sit and look at these when he was 2. He'd lay on his tummy on the floor. So that's supposed to be a full-sized adult. That's how big the blue whale is. There is lots of information on each of these pages, but you can go ahead and just talk about what you see. The Komodo dragon, anyone? And then as your children get older, you can read these tiny bits of information that are, perfect little bite-sized nuggets for your child to try to remember and focus on. And so you can do that. There's 4 giant fold-out pages. So these books are awesome. If you have an animal lover, I highly recommend that one. And last, we have this Biggest, fastest, tallest. This is just another example of our flat books. This talks about the biggest things that ever were in the world. Scientists think that an Argentinosaurus would have needed to eat 100,000 calories a day. That's as much as 328 cupcakes. I'm pretty sure I could eat that. So you get to go through the flaps and learn facts and things about the fastest and the tallest and the largest and all the things. The strongest. The strongest is the saltwater crocodile. Strongest bite is the saltwater crocodile. The second strongest is the hippopotamus, and the third strongest is the jaguar's bite. Ooh, don't get bit by one of those. Longest train, longest river, the furthest planets, and the best of the rest. So this is a great book with lots of trivial information in it that your kids would love. Regarding activities, we have magic painting, where all you need is water and a paintbrush, and the paint is already on the page and it magically comes alive. We have sticker books galore. We have coloring books. We have math pads, maze pads, brain game books, all kinds of different activities. So look around. Let me know if you have any questions or if there's anything you need, and I will be more than happy to help you out. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching, and I hope you're able to find some books for you and your family this summer. Thanks again, Kim, for having us. Good night, everyone.